Origin Earth is a Hawke's Bay-based owner-operator business. They take locally, biologically farmed milk and produce premium dairy products from that. Joni Williams' background is in the dairy service sector. She's been able to apply the knowledge gained over years of working with others to her own new venture.
Making cheese or making yoghurt is very much like making wine. If you don't start off with the right raw ingredient, doesn't matter what you do to it, you've already got the ceiling on how good it can be. And so we look at healthy soil, and we look at the healthy cows, and we look at the high quality nutritious milk as being the right raw ingredient to start off with. The products that we have selected as the first products that we would develop coming out of the Origin Earth factory are milk, as in market milk, so that is whole, pasteurised, not homogenised, nothing put in or taken out of market milk in 1 and 2 litre bottles. There's no local fresh market milk available on a retail basis in Hawke's Bay. Even if it's been produced in the region, it's been taken out of the region for processing and then reintroduced. So that was the reason for the milk. We've also selected to do pot set yoghurt, and the other 2 products that we're doing at the moment are camembert cheese and feta cheese.
So what's different about this milk or these dairy products is basically we're basing this business on sustainable farming practices and full traceability. So
market reaction to our products has been amazing. It's been an absolute delight and pleasure for both Richard and myself to go to the farmers markets and talk to the customers, and we do a lot of tastings. Most people comment, and I know Kevin has said the sweetness and the cleanness of our milk. Now that flavour, that taste comes through in the yoghurt and it comes through in the cheeses. We would like to think that Origin Earth will be the label for biological farming, or the brand that the consumer associates with biologically farmed soils.
So this herd would have been milked this morning about between 6 and 7:30, something like that. So they're not long in the paddock, but you'll see in that we give them a fresh break at nights. I guess 18 months ago she came to me with the idea of starting a factory. Would I be interested in supplying milk? And I said, would I be what? My dream is that New Zealand might become biological farming, you know. So to try and show the consumer the difference between conventional and biological, they've got to taste it. And tasting is believing. It's like seeing is believing. Well, you've got to taste milk. You can look at milk and it all looks white. You've got to taste it to know the difference, what nutrient-dense milk tastes like.
So you make this?
I do. I'm the cheese maker, yeah.
I had a bit last week. Lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Biological is about nutrient density in food. So it's about our health, cow's health, and restoring that. Some of the main differences that's in my milk is, first of all, it's not separated. It is true milk, you know. Unfortunately, to sell it, we have to pasteurise it. But, you know, personally, I haven't drunk pasteurised milk for years. It's just full of a whole lot more nutrient. If you take a herbage sample from my pastures, we don't have deficient items any longer in the herbage. They're all sufficient. And so that comes through in the milk of just being full of nutrient. It tastes sweeter. Sweetness is a sign of nutrient density. And it's just very, very good for you. You see a farm that I'd built from an infertile sheep and deer farm with P levels in the single figures into a very, very fertile, under a conventional system, dairy farm, P levels of 30 to 40. And I'd seen a farm go compact soils. If it rained, we got puddling. Very tricky to manage in the winter, and we milk a lot of cows through the winter. And now I've reversed that change again and maintained that high fertility. So now it is free draining, probably more free draining, well, as free draining as what it was when we first came here. And so paying attention to like magnesium calcium ratios within the soil. So not the absolute figures, but trying to get the ratios in line, like calcium 7 times to the magnesium levels on the base saturations. And as you bring that in, you see changes happen in front of your eyes that you couldn't believe. Look at those worms there. Some beautiful soil. We've just had, I don't know how much rain, we probably had 40 odd mils in the night. And look at that. Look at that. You know, it's not sticking to my hands. You smell it. It's got a real beautiful smell to it, quite different to what was before. I didn't realise on a friend farm of mine that you could actually smell chemical in the ground for a long time. It's hard to believe the change you can have in a soil, because I never paid any attention to it before, you know. We just put fertiliser on and the soil was soil. And when you start understanding more about the soil, you just start realising how important it is, you know.
The Origin Earth factory is a little bit unique in the fact that out of the same very small factory we produce milk for the market, yoghurt and cheese. And if you look around New Zealand, most factories generally specialise in one or the other, or in some cases 2 lines of products.
As a startup business, employing staff from the outset is not really an option. So largely, I'm it. I do everything from picking up the milk to the cleaning, and believe me, milk processing is more about cleaning than anything else. You clean when you start, you clean when you finish, and then you clean it again. Hopefully, over the next short while, we will improve our efficiency or make life easier by adding some efficiency equipment, and perhaps then maybe a 20-hour-a-week person just to get things going.
Always knew that it was going to be absolutely huge, and it would be a lot of hours, and a lot of them at less than $2 an hour. This is how you build a brand, this is how you build a business. It never comes any other way but hard work.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.